awesome.
What are we doing tonight, Justin?
I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing tonight?
Some WrestleMania on the CRT.
Wow.
WWF. Woo!
Mark's got his Hulk
Leg
Hogan
drop.
shirt on. Ripped jeans.
I'm ready.
Look at them knees.
Look at them knees.
It's older brother core in here, man.
The man of the hour. Drew.
Got some saws.
Man, this is blast from the past here.
The man cave.
You.
Document the accoutrements.
Zoom in's the
Classic.
yeah.
Extreme close up.
Extreme close up. Equivalent of like, well, I think it's pretty crazy to explain AI and automated systems on like a on a video camcorder from like the 90s.
Analog. This is how we'll defeat the machines.
Analog.
By going back.
We must go back.
We'll go analog and we'll do ham radios. That'll be the new internet. I know not what the weapons of World War III will be fought with, but the weapons of World War IV will be sticks and stones.
That is true. Rose! It's like constantly asking for where each other are, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is just too much, I can't handle it. And,
Kind of like Finn in Star Wars.
right.
Right!
Yeah, absolutely. That is exactly it. And then the fact that they both can't fit on the door.
Mythbusters busted that one.
Right. So, what
Don't do that, really?
yeah, what a silly way to, like, cap that off. Like, oh, he's gotta die somehow. He couldn't have just been stuck on the boat. He couldn't have just, like, sank in a lifeboat or some other thing. No, it had to be like, here's this giant wooden door, and we're just gonna make it so you both can't fit. There you go. I was like, oh. And these plot holes, I think, ruined the whole movie for me. But
Gotcha.
that being said, it's really pretty. The sets are nice, and the
See, I think I overlooked those pieces because it's like the tension the whole time when you know what's going to happen, but you're still like intrigued by like the storyline. I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe it's because sometimes it's whenever I've seen it the first time and I enjoy it, and then I watch it again, it kind of brings me back to that
yeah,
first time that I saw it.
nostalgia.
It's all
That's
like
the phenomenon.
maybe that's a little bit of it for me.
Yeah.
How's that song go again?
What song?
You know the song.
My heart will go on that one. I ain't gonna sing it.
I ain't gonna sing it. You ain't making me sing
Drew
it.
can sing.
I don't know. I think just because we mentioned it earlier, but the first time I watched Inception, I was like, wow. It was totally different than anything you had seen at the time. It all, like, it got more and more extreme, I think, towards the end. So I would say the first, like, 2/3 of that movie, super compelling, really tight. It all started to make sense. The stakes were really high. You really felt it. And then I would say in the last third, have you seen the movie? Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
Seen the movie?
Yeah, but it's been a long time. I've only seen it once.
Okay, I don't want to spoil it, but it basically gets like more. It's just more of the same, but just taken to a next level, and then I start to like get lost.
Yeah.
But I would say like I really enjoyed that. It had like everything for me. It had just like guns. It had like a level of like not sci-fi, not even I don't know what you would call it, like fantasy.
A little bit.
It's like yeah, it's like another technology.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of stuff, and then it like set the ground rules. It like who is the architect? What is an architect? Like why do they have to build these giant mazes? Why like what are they seeking? Like it was all very like well described. And there was enough action to really keep you, keep you focused in on it. And then, like, Saving Private Ryan, obviously another one. Great movie.
Dark Knight. Come on, Dark Knight.
Dark Knight was good. Yeah, I just watched that.
You ever see Memento?
No.
Yes.
I can't remember the plot. I just remember that's a really fantastic.
Yeah.
That should be a guy's
I
name.
think I know like I don't want to say I know the twist, but I've heard something that might be a spoiler to that, so I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely somebody's signature with their cell phone, or I can't get a transaction at a place of interest or, you know, credit card or whatever. I think
The rest of the evidence is.
I think the police department is just kind of like, they're like, whatever about it.
That's why they want to track everybody all the time.
Well, it just makes it really easy.
Like in China.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently Dubai is really good at that.
Tracking everybody.
They got it down to the science.
Well, I mean, there's facial recognition everywhere now, and then if you're not paying with cash, like the trail of transactions everywhere.
Yeah. Well, honestly, it's probably. I don't even know if it matters at that point. Took everything.
Displaying compassion and humanity. He cared less for the title than for the
Shawn
welfare
Michaels.
of his fellow mentor. Tonight, it's not about ego or accolades. There's more than just the championship at stake. Tonight, it's about justice, redemption, a rebirth of sorts. For tonight, San Antonio's favorite son returns home, older, wiser, innocence
I
lost.
think I had this TV.
Tonight, the favorite son returns home,
This is
a man.
the way to do it.
I think I literally had that exact TV.
We had this
And now,
Popular
the
model.
1997 Royal Rumble.
Antonio.
Oh no! Goldust, I guess his game plan is to really take it to Helmsley and risk being disqualified and obviously put him in a weakened state and then capitalize
I
upon
think
it.
his game plan is to use those metal steps as a stepping stone
You're
to
gonna
the
reenact some
to
of
the
these matches
Intercontinental
later?
title.
Hell yeah! I skipped the disclaimer at the beginning.
265,
Woo!
no reason to believe it's
Well,
not.
we guys will Royal Rumble of
Someone
Triple H and Goldust.
Crazy.
Right into the ring post.
Yeah.
As a first experience, this
Was it everything you hoped it would be?
is very homoerotic.
Yes.
Well, Goldust was controversial because he was very homoerotic.
I heard Helmsley trying to turn
Yes.
the tide on Goldust.
That is very apparent by his
In
opening,
a highly aggressive fashion, it looks like Hunter.
and also what he's
Really
wearing.
turned things around, and now he has Goldust set up. Look out! Go!
So this referee is Earl Hebner. He's like the most well-known WWF referee. But he got fired like 20 years ago, which is crazy to say because it was really long ago. Because he got busted like selling counterfeit WWF merchandise and they fired him. He's like the I mean, this is like the dude for all the big matches.
Wow. You think it must have not been paying him well enough? Like, why would you not resort to that? If you got that gig and it pays well.
I don't know. If they can walk, they're going to be in it because the stakes are too high. They may get a late number. You know, Helmsley or Goldust could be 29.
So these guys, they don't own the character.
29th or 30th.
WWF does. So like they don't get a piece of anything other than like wrestling.
Are you serious? Even now, though?
I can't speak on now.
Because I bet they
Here we go. Goldust now.
changed that. But I could see that with
Stone Cold Steve Austin of
Vince
the British
McMahon
Bulldog.
wanting to own everything. Did you watch the documentary? I was just telling you.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like essentially, these guys are just actors, right? They're playing a character that the WWF invented. And they own all the IP.
Did they actually invent it?
What was that?
Like, do they actually invent all these characters? Well, then yeah, kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but still, like, if you, an actor in a movie, like Harry Potter, when they sell Harry Potter toy or game, they get a piece of that, right?
That's all dependent on your contract.
It depends on the deal.
Yeah.
Who you are about
But I'm saying that'd be similar. Like they're playing a character.
That's why all those wrestlers defected to WCW back in the day. They were offering real money compared to WWF. Even though that was like a failing product. Yeah. They could leave like when you're wrestling with go wrestle with WCW and make 10x what they were making.
I was always, I stuck with WWF. Oh, me too. I would watch some WCW, I like some of the characters, but
When it's game time,
still
The
WWE.
product just wasn't there.
Yeah.
It was just weird too, because like, you know, it's like one day like Razor Ramon is Razor Ramon, and the next night he's like Scott Hall in
Yeah.
WCW.
Yeah,
It's all weird.
And Hulk Hogan went over there.
Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart went over there. Like one of the most famous things ever is
Maybe not for long.
Brett going over there.
But the Generation X, was that when they started getting bigger? Because then they competed with WWF. They were pretty close as far as ratings for a while.
From the other side now.
WCW was winning in ratings for a while.
Me and my friends went to watch Monday Night Raw, and I dressed up as Goldust.
Why am I not surprised?
What a deep cut.
I think I liked him because my friends didn't like it, and they thought he was gay, and so then I just kind of played off that.
The underdog.
Yeah. Because he is very direct.
Well, that was the whole shtick.
I'm learning a lot about you.
It's funny. So that's a wrestler named Dusty Rhodes,
Oh yeah, that's it.
and you watch an interview with him. He's like the most redneck motherfucker you've ever seen.
I would suggest that Gorilla Monsoon, the president of the World Wrestling Federation, who is here in attendance, is watching this matchup, and I don't know who's going to allow.
This chick looks like part caveman. You know? Like she's got like a little bit of that something. Her Neanderthal DNA is like a little bit above like 5%.
JVC's got to warm up.
So the Royal Rumble is one of the most epic wrestling events of the year. At stake is a chance to be the #1 contender to compete for the World Wrestling Federation Championship at WrestleMania. Okay. So if you win that, that's what you get. Okay. So what happens is they have 30 contenders. They send 2 people in, and then they start wrestling. Then every 2 minutes, another wrestler comes in. So at any given point, you could have like 10, 15, 20 wrestlers in the ring.
Oh my god.
The way to be eliminated is it can be via count out, although that never happens, or you can get thrown over the top rope.
Okay.
If you're the last man standing, you win the Royal Rumble. Okay? But so like let's say like you slide out under the bottom rope, you're still in.
Okay.
You must be, and both feet have to touch the ground. That's very important, especially in this Royal Rumble.
Okay.
And so crazy stuff happens, but like every 2 minutes, there's like a big countdown in the arena, and then like Vince McMahon's like, "Who's it gonna be? Oh, it's Yokozuna!"
Random draw.
And then like if it's like some big wrestler, like they might like all scatter and like all shoot out under the bottom rope until he comes in. Usually if it's like a woman who comes in and like instantly is like launching like 4 dudes over the ropes, so she's like, or like Jake the Snake will come out like throw a snake in the ring and everybody scatters. But it is absolute pandemonium. It is American trash at its finest.
Pure Americana.
Yeah.
A couple of years before this one, Diesel came in, and
Dude,
just like
Diesel,
huge, and he starts throwing dudes
Big
out.
Daddy Cool is over.
And then the next person came in, and he just threw him right out. He just stood there and waited for 2 minutes.
Then he just sits there giving the sign for the jackknife.
Yep.
Then it's over with.
So that is where all the characters. I don't know if they've always had this, but for the most part, most all the characters have a signature move.
Yeah, like
okay.
Diesel, who's also awesome, Kevin Nash, he's got the jackknife. Shawn Michaels has Sweet Chin Music.
Sweet chin music. Yeah.
Bret Hart has arguably the best finisher in wrestling, sharpshooter.
Is that like the leg lock?
That's the leg lock where he twists you over. You know, Yokozuna has the bonsai drop.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh my
Earthquake.
Earthquake, dude.
Earthquake like jumps up, like he just like
He jumped. Yeah.
boom, big fat dude.
Did you ever see the match? It was a Monday Night Raw match. Earthquake versus Yokozuna, but it was meant to be like a sumo style match, so they took the ropes off.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. Razor Ramon, the Razor's Edge.
Oh yeah, Razor's Edge is great.
Dude.
And on the wrestling video games, Razor's Edge is.
Razor Ramon, name me somebody other than Shawn Michaels cooler than Razor Ramon. He comes out with the toothpick and he's like, he had the machismo.
Yeah, Cuban.
Somebody cooler than that.
You know who I really loved?
You know, The Rock was pretty cool.
The Rock. I mean, The Rock is like he transcends wrestling, right? He's just. Do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
And Stone Cold is redneck.
Stone Cold is that is. It's tough to compete with that. You know who I loved is X-Pac, but before he was X-Pac, he was the 1, 2, 3 Kid.
1, 2, 3 Kid?
Dude, that was before he was taking steroids.
Well, it was cool because he was the one that was jumping around, doing flips, and
he like revolutionized wrestling in my opinion. Because these guys are like slamming each other around, and then he's like out there like doing martial arts.
type stuff. Yeah. And I was watching that. I was just telling them I've seen it 88 through 93, or 86, whenever's on Netflix. 93, whatever it is. Some past months.
What is this? 95.
This is 97.
97. Oh, this is a great Royal Rumble.
You picked this one.
And our French announce team is in the middle of everything.
Ignore me.
Ahmed Johnson like kind of faded. He was in for. He won the Intercontinental Championship on Raw. I think he beat like Adam Bomb or something like that. And then he was like the biggest deal, and then he was just gone. Then I found out like years later, now that I read about all this, that he had some like dispute with Vince McMahon, then became a coke addict and died. Actually, that's what happened to a lot of these guys.
That's what I was telling him. I was like, as I was watching it, I'm looking him up. I was like, what happened to this guy? What's he doing now?
Yeah.
Like, he died, heart attack, overdose.
Yeah. Fell from the rafters, like Owen Hart.
Shot his family like Chris Benoit.
Yeah, Chris Benoit. Mr. Perfect is dead.
Yeah, drug overdose.
Yokozuna died, but that was just obesity.
I think he's still a heart attack.
Yeah, caused by obesity.
This guy's
I mean, there's no way you keep the schedule these guys keep the drugs.
When you get a 500-pound bench press,
Like they do, they maintain that physique without steroids.
that's what you
Now,
can
Ric
do.
Flair's still alive. He can't get out of the
Yeah.
Because he would drink what? At least 24 pack of beer and several like how much hard liquor every single day.
oh my goodness.
Well, and he comes from a generation of wrestler back where like the physique wasn't like this was like prime physique central like we like big dudes wrestling. Before that, like Ric Flair, like any one of us could beat that dude.
Yeah,
Like
he's
he's
just
like a weird
Yeah.
senior citizen like 30 years ago.
But this is my state. Do you realize that Terry
That's Jake
Funk
the
is
Snake.
Texas bred
He
and Texas
Jake
fed,
the Snake.
and I
He was
was
in and out of
born
rehab. This is like his comeback, I think.
I was gonna say that does not look like.
Well,
Jake
Terry
Snake.
Fong certainly stirring things up on Shotgun
Oh,
Saturday
no, wait, that was
night.
not
He's in the
Jake.
Royal
It did
Rumble,
look like
and
him.
so
It
is
looked like a
Farouk
cracked
and
up
Ahmed
Jake.
Johnson
Because he
along
came
with
back,
Brooks.
like, he'd been
The
out of the
Nation,
wrestling
obviously,
game
what
for a
we
while.
saw
He came
here,
back
just
and then he
incredible. This is not over.
wrestled,
The
I
first
think,
battle
Triple
of the
H
war
actually
between
at like a
Farouk
random
and Ahmed
WrestleMania.
Johnson.
And then that was it. Same thing with Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior is great.
Dead, steroids.
Macho Man is dead.
Yeah. Have you ever heard Macho Man's rap album?
No.
Oh, brother. I'm gonna send it to you tomorrow.
See, that's where I like some of the late '80s characters. The old one, like Big Boss Man.
Oh, dude, Big Boss Man. Because back then, like, they were basically like the village people, what they fought. Now it's like, oh, Roman Reigns, or it's like a dude's name. But back then, like, we've got the police character, we've got Sergeant Slaughter, the army guy, we've got the oh, dude, Vader.
So Tonka, he was the Indian.
Indian. Vader's dead, heart attack, drugs. The Vader bomb is an epic finisher. You remember that one?
Vader bomb.
He stands on the second rope, has his hand on the top rope, jumps up and down, and they go, "It's Vader time!" Throws himself off where he's still holding on the rope, but his whole body extends and like slams onto you. You're about to see it.
This guy.
That dude went back for seconds.
You know what's crazy? He's on an episode of Boy Meets World in this character. Yeah.
Promotional tie-in.
And the man they call Vader in the square circle. You think Vader's a free
That's how he starts the Vader bomb. Then he like launches himself, lands on stomach to stomach, and it's game over.
That's kind of actually.
Well, so
Yeah.
Like, how do you not make that not hurt? Or like, how do you make that not hurt?
They're all on pain pills.
Probably.
yeah.
Some of these are
You like break your rib though. Like, I mean, you're getting like.
I mean, this is like the greatest entrance in all of this.
Undertaker.
Oh, that was my favorite.
He's a villain. He's still.
Yeah, villain or babyface doesn't matter.
He's still.
Yeah, he's still alive. Kane is not only alive, he's like a mayor or a city councilman somewhere.
It's funny to see the careers these guys all have now.
Bret Hart is like signing autographs at an Arby's.
Hey, maybe he'll come to the Ag Center in September.
Maybe.
It's not a bad life, to be honest.
Wrestlers that come. End of September, they have a sports card and autograph. Tons of baseball, basketball, football players, wrestlers.
I would check out the wrestler that's in
I'll let you know. I'm gonna
go get my photo
and then look at him next to Vader, who's 6'5", 450 pounds.
Yeah. Just a walking heart attack.
He was the tallest WWF. Was 7.
Surely Andre the Giant.
Damn. This is
Well, I guess he was.
Dude, he was like Royal Rumble like 90, 91. He had like the fake bodysuit on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was from a South American.
Yeah. God, what was that guy's name? I can look him up. He had like the fake like abs.
Yes. Giant Gonzalez. 7'7".
Undertaker
Well,
weighing in
Big
at
Daddy Cool
328.
he was 7'1" or 7 foot.
Undertaker
find
6'10",
these people?
328
You
pounds.
never hear
know.
about. You never hear about a 7
Look at that guy's eye right there.
plus 7 point. You know.
7 foot
Crazy.
white dude doesn't exist anymore.
Except for the dude who was playing for Florida at 7'9".
Yeah.
Well, the Undertaker still
Like,
looks
he's
weird to
gonna
me
die at, like,
without
33.
Paul Bearer there.
Yeah.
Like one wrong pivot on the floor, you can tear his ACL.
He's gonna die.
Oh, look out. And from behind. Here we go. Vader can mix it up with anyone when it comes to fisticuffs. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
However,
All these guys.
And Vader now set up for the ride.
These kids are all approximately the same size.
Well, what's even crazier is these guys lift each other up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Undertaker will flip this dude up, jump with him, slam his head into the mat.
And the Undertaker. Even intimidating the official.
Like, let's fight after school. His name was Josh Nansel.
You ever seen mine?
Worth noting, Josh Nansel was expelled from our school a
you
couple
guys
days
one.
after
Lay
Columbine.
down there,
It's on a
Ross.
school
Yeah,
not far
right.
from Columbine.
You're right on that.
Because he was saying some weird shit, then they searched his bag and found a hit list, and then they expelled him from
Wide
school.
open area.
But I digress.
Ribs of Vader. And Undertaker.
Josh Nansel was a big boy. If I went to the park to fight him, I was gonna lose. And so somebody like that I wasn't even friends with like told my mom who worked at the school like Joe's planning on going after school, and then my dad was like, "What were you gonna do?" And I told him I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put him in the sharpshooter." And he's like, "What's that?" I was like, "It's Bret Hart's finishing move." And he said to me, I remember like it was yesterday, like I'm in the room now. Joseph, that kid would kick your fucking ass. And then they cut me off from wrestling. They took all my wrestling magazines, all my wrestling toys, wrestling posters, everything. And then they signed me up for karate. But then I didn't watch wrestling for years. Like I would like try to sneak it, but like it was like the one thing my parents flexed on me about. Like it was like, oh, you want to like drink alcohol? Just don't drink. It was like, you gonna watch wrestling? Boom! I know you're like thinking about wrestling.
I think you gotta go for a knee. I think you gotta take a knee out from him. I think you gotta get him off his
Joseph,
feet.
he'll kick you. He said it just like that.
And that was a low blow, I think.
Yes.
I don't think so. I think he went for the knee. He may have.
Do you ever get in fights?
Little in high school, not ever ones that I sought out, just because I got picked on a good amount, so I got in some scraps here or there, but you would have to push me pretty far for me to get involved in something like that. Like, I don't want to fight anybody, and even back then I didn't.
But you just push you over the edge, like fighting at school or
At school, yeah.
So
I mean,
if
there
there's
was one kid, Matt Monbach, dude. This is the best dad ever. So he just taken it too far with me, and we were like out in the parking lot, and I was like, dude, leave me alone, and he never would, and I looked the other way so many times on this, I was like, whatever, and I went to like set aside, and I don't know what came over me. I cold cocked him, like I acted like caught him right here. He goes down. I jump on top of him, and I'm just like, it's like some like world star hip hop shit. So somebody pulls me off of him. I get my car and go home. And then I get home and I'm like, going down to the school call. And he's like, no, why would the school call? I was like, I gotta tell you what happened. And my dad looks at me and goes, fuck yeah. And then he goes, and he started, I was like, no. He goes, show me what you did. And I was like, fuck yeah.
Was this after you've been in karate?
Oh, I did already quit karate. They kept me in karate for like most of middle school, early high school. This is like probably my junior year. And he goes, anybody that school calls, they're gonna have to talk to me. If your mother says anything, she can come talk to me about it. Nobody's gonna fuck with you on this. You hear me? Nobody. Like, it was glorious. Though. I mean, like,
That's the only response.
it's like,
That's the only good response.
I just cold got him. He had it was 3 years in the making.
One thing about Cornette.
Anger and aggression.
You can only push him in so far.
Exactly.
This is the same
Drew, you ever been in a fight?
I had people try to pick on me, but then they were like, they would hesitate and be like, Drew's kind of big.
So that goes.
Let's go pick on this other guy. And then I just would never get beat up.
See, my problem is I was super fat. My voice didn't change until like a week before I left for college. So I was a prime target. I mean, I was just asking for it. And then like in private cat school, you all wear a uniform, but like I would like after school go to my car and like change out of my shirt and put a Slipknot shirt on. Then I'd be in the parking lot like a fat kid wearing a Slipknot shirt, and I still sounded like I was 7. You know, I was just begging for it.
Justin, I'm going to fight.
I have not been in a fight.
That's because most people are smarter than engaged.
Yeah, I was pretty twiggy in high school, which is surprising. And then in college, I got thicker. And by that time, nobody's fucking with anybody because either you're getting stabbed or shot. You're not really getting into fights anymore.
Well said.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to college? Jeez.
That was so funny.
I mean, you're just old enough. You're at some backyard party.
It's not a location issue, it's a maturity issue.
Right.
Or not issue, I'd say. Improvement.
Yeah.
When did you start growing facial hair like you have now?
Brings me to the point.
Like, when was my first, like, real beard?
Hey, Justin, do you have hair down there yet?
Yeah. When did I first? I think it was, like, first year of college.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is the biggest beard I've had, though. Or, like, the longest I've maintained one.
I don't think I even started shaving more than once a month until I was like 25.
I'm the same.
Like this is like right here, like 2 weeks.
It came all at once. It was like no facial hair, and all of a sudden it was like, bam, everything. And then I figured out I could really grow a beard. I was like, fuck yeah.
Mine all just comes into my chest. I look like a 50-year-old Serbian. But
It's all that high testosterone.
I still can't grow facial hair.
I couldn't picture you with facial hair.
No. I tried, like,
It would weird me out, honestly.
I tried to grow like a little goatee and it doesn't. It's like patchy and gross, and Lindsay just hates it.
I would
Go on
love-
TRT,
I would
man.
love to grow a goatee.
I should just.
In fact, I'm gonna try.
You should.
I'm gonna see how long I can go. If the bare minimum a soul patch, like Fred Durst style, dude, I don't even care if people said
They
so
fit you,
like
man.
shit. I would just be like, I'm better than you. I'm this soul patch.
Vader's gonna be very frustrated, wondering what do I have to do to put this man away. Not again, Vader. You know
I like that Undertaker gets knocked down and he's just laying down on his back. You know, so it just sits on dude. See this?
Think about it. That dude is really 7 foot tall, weighs over 3 bills, is balancing on a rope
Athlete.
and jumping off of it. I mean, these are like world-class athletes.
Doesn't bend his knees when he lands, by the way. Like, I just saw him just like stiff leg.
Oh, he's going choke slam.
Well, yeah, this is the Undertaker move.
Well, it's usually a tombstone pile driver, but he can't tombstone pile drive there.
I forgot about that one too.
Oh no, he's gonna do it.
Who the
Paul Bear.
That's his manager. He's actually a real life funeral home director. This is his day job. He's dead now, but
Cocaine.
probably.
Too much women. Too many women.
To get a good ringside view, I suppose, of what's going on. Hey, wait a minute.
Wow.
Look at this.
Oh, that's right. He turns on Paul Bear.
Dr. Rigor Mortis. Percival Pringle III, Percy Pringle III, and Paul Bear.
I only ever knew him as Paul Bear.
I
Dr. Rigor Mortis.
Dr. Rigor Mortis.
Paul Bear is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Came too, and she didn't give a fuck about wrestling. Bret Hart, you know how he used to like come out and he'd take his glasses off and put them on some kid? My sister was that kid. And then she didn't care about wrestling, and she got Bret Hart's glasses, and then like would never let me wear them.
Does she still have them?
Sadly, no. Again, why she didn't deserve them, because I would have them framed and displayed prominently in her home.
And then get him framed or something like that.
Oh, he fought back. He fought back with the urn.
The urn, it's Undertaker's power.
That's his power.
Oh,
yeah. Married to Bret Hart and Owen Hart's sister. It was Bret Hart and Owen Hart's brother-in-law.
39.
Yeah.
Heart attack.
Heart attack.
Drugs. Davey Boy Smith Jr. is his kid. Oh,
That's what the world was waiting
a
for.
wrestler as well.
What
You
is
know that?
this?
Canadian wrestler.
Wow, he looks like he will also die from steroids.
He's 40, he's still kicking. 6'5".
How good is this thing?
This is too American for an Mexican.
I do not remember any of these wrestlers right now.
Wait, who are these dudes?
I don't know.
Which we saw
Salsa Verde.
when we were in Mexico City. We got to see a Lucha Libre match. It's wild. It's fun.
Did they take each other's masks off? Is it the ultimate disrespect?
No, I don't think anybody. Well, actually, I think yeah, one person did.
They tried to make that work in the States and it just never caught on. Like in LA, they booked like 10 nights at the LA Forum, which is a big arena. The thing is like LA is basically little Tijuana. Like,
Yeah.
of course this is gonna pop off. They're selling like 2,000 tickets a night. Like nobody cared, which is crazy.
Well, when we went, I think it was a weekday, but it was bare. Like, there were tons of seats.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a big arena.
Like I was shocked by that. Like we would go watch people kick a ball around and get a 0-0 tie, but it was like Lucha Libre wrestling. Like nobody cares. They'll play a sport where you can't use your hands and end in a tie of 0-0, but that's more interesting than wrestling.
Hitting Perez Guerrera, heavy metal, and Jerry Estrada. That's going to be Estrada.
Got a guy dressed as a bee fighting another dude in his underwear.
Yeah.
This is incredibly gay. But it's awesome.
Awesomely gay.
Although, of course, yet to come,
Oh.
the 30-man
Did you smoke your pipe?
Not today.
No.
No. Hit the lounge yesterday though.
Wait, you have a smoking lounge?
The cigar bar?
Oh, downtown?
Yeah. I have a lounge. Yeah, I built the net.
We wouldn't put it past you.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Next time you do that, let me know. I'll come meet up with you.
Oh yeah? Yeah, cool. But you don't.
No, but I like
You
the
just like-
smell. I like going to those places.
Yeah.
I just think it's a good hang.
Good vibe.
Yeah.
The cigar bar. We
Yeah.
went there last time before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that night we went out and had the vehicle. That was fun.
Yeah. Good times. They'll like let you stay on their patio indefinitely.
That's Black Power, you dumbass.
Sorry, hey man, you know it's.
The Heil Hitlers.
Holy shit.
I love how they have like a Malcolm X stand-in. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously.
I didn't pick up on that as a kid, but like I get it now.
Conrad Johnson put one of them through a table earlier on. Well, Crush has the longest odds of winning
May I have
this
this?
thing.
Of course, anything you find.
Only Shawn Michaels
Anything
has
I
ever
find,
started
yeah.
at number one and won it. Well, it has been done before.
What's the tat on his head? It's like some kind of crustacean.
That question is this evening. He's yelling at like some old lady in the bed. It was like a scene from the Jerky Boys. Like I couldn't tell if I was being pranked or not. He's like, Ellen, what does it say on the thing? Hang on just a second, Joe. Ellen, pull that up. I'm like, this is so good. So we go through it, and I asked him a bunch of information, of which he has none. But like, I cobble up enough to be like, okay, I kind of get what's going on here. Here we go, Stone Cold.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
So I'm like, look, he doesn't need it until this coming Saturday. There's no chance you get this back by tomorrow. All good. Start checking my phone, it stops. Joe, I'm getting nervous. Where are we at? Like,
Yep.
well, he was a big time wrestler in the 80s. This was like one of the few matches he did in the 90s for WWF because he was in rehab so much.
Really?
That's what happens when you drink a handle of vodka a day. And don't do cocaine.
You're 2 matches away from the title. You win the Rumble.